everybody, it's Captain Firefox, and we are back in another Space Engineers video. Now, this video is a little different from what I usually put out. It's one of these top 10 videos, as you can tell by the title. Now, what this is in response to is a series of videos, one by Captain Jack and another by Meow Captain. Basically, Captain Jack went out and did an interview with Merrick from Keen. And it was an interview. He was talking about a lot of things going on in the community, what his plans are for space engineers, stuff like that. It was a pretty good interview. Link for it is in the description below. Meow Captain watched this and made a video about how Keen has said they're done with the space engineers and they're moving on to space engineers too. That video is also linked in the description below. So I did some digging because clearly my bread and butter is space engineers in the Odyssey. So I'm kind of interested in what goes on with this. And I found on Space Engineers' official site this right here, where Merrick comes out and gives his own explanation about what things happen. And in it, in his own words, and again, this will be linked in the description below, he comes out and says he's not done with Space Engineers. It's not finished, and he's not going to leave it. He even calls it his child at some point in his summary. He's not done with it. So that's good news. He still has things he wants to do. Now, he's not going to say what he's going to do because he doesn't want to ruin any surprises for the community, which is a cop-out. He also goes on to explain that he's a small team, and so we can't really tell you what we're going to do because it sometimes changes and we have to move resources from one project to another. Okay, I'm with you. I get it. I can understand. The point of this video, and another video will be dropping in at the exact same time, this video is about what he needs to do to fix and finish Space Engineers as we know it right now. The other video coming out at the same time is 10 things that we want to see in the new Space Engineers. So, with that said, let's get right into it. Now, this video opened in the loading screen because, god damn it, it just fits for what's wrong with Space Engineers right now. Damn loading screens are just the beginning. I'm on the set of the Odyssey right now, and mainly because there's a lot of things going wrong with Space Engineers that are keeping me from doing the Odyssey, so I figured it'd be a great place to start this video out. But the number one thing that needs to be fixed in Space Engineers before it's finished is multiplayer. If I had said anything else but multiplayer right now, you would all turn the video off and you'd never watch any of my shit again. So, multiplayer. They have to fix multiplayer. The sim speed, when you have any more than 2 or 3 people on, just starts going to shit. And despite what they put out on all their channels and all their videos, you can't have 16 ships flying around shooting each other without the sim speed tanking to next to nothing. We were on our server, which Aaron and Spectre are doing an amazing job running. We had 13 people on and the sim speed was at 0.3. And, everybody was building ships and all that kind of stuff. Things you do in Space Engineers. And it was at 0.3. It's just, you can't play like that. It was like walking through molasses. It was terrible. So that's the number one thing. They gotta fix the sim speed. They gotta fix the rubber banding that almost makes it unplayable whenever, you walk over here, then the server catches up with something, you're all the way back here again. You know what rubber band is. You've played Space Engineers before. You know what rubber banding is. You know you hate it. They've got to fix that. And this game is now almost 5 years old. 5 years! It's been in development for 5 years. And in multiplayer, I can't place blocks when I want to place blocks? Seriously? That's still a bug? How is that a thing? They've got to fix it. It's got to be a playable multiplayer experience, or this game should never go to completion, final. I don't even know what you call it after the release version. You should never get to it if you can't play multiplayer. It shouldn't. Abandon it before you complete it if you're not going to fix the multiplayer. Okay, that's the end of the rant about the multiplayer. Number 2 thing they have to fix. They have to fix rotors and pistons, or again, get rid of them. There's no reason that after 5 years, they still have 2 blocks in this game that they will destroy your ship for no freaking reason. There's no reason that should be part of the game still. If they can't fix pistons or rotors, get rid of them. If there's one thing I've seen in Space Engineers in the community, it's that if Keen can't do it right, the modders will. I'd rather see someone mod whatever they need, ramps, whatever you build with rotors and pistons in your planets and your game saves. I'd rather see someone mod it and work than to deal with my ship exploding randomly because I decided to place a piston or a rotor somewhere on the ship. So either fix them, make them non-explodey, or get rid of them, take them out of the game. We'll find a way. The community will find a way. They always do, they always have, they always will. So that's my number 2. Moving on. Number 3. This right here. Why on earth is there a 3x3x3 hitbox for vanilla turrets? Why? What is the point? What were they thinking when they did this? How hideous does this look just sitting off a ship? I'm speechless. Well, it's not good. They've got to fix it. Again, this is something the modding community has done so much better than Keen has. The vanilla weapons are garbage. Now, they have done a lot to improve the actual projectiles, the visuals of it. They look good as a block, and the damage they do now is incredible. It looks cool. The tracer fire from the Gatling guns is amazing. The missiles are great when they fire. But you can have a sleek-looking ship, and you toss a freaking missile turret on there, and it ruins the whole look of the ship because it's this giant 3x3 block. It's ridiculous. They've got to fix it. Again, modders have fixed it. Modders have made that to where it's a 1x2x1 block. But Keen, and all their brilliance, wisdom, and experience, can't fix it. Go figure. So that's the next thing. Moving on. The hydrogen thruster consumption rate. Number 4. This is something that not everybody loves or hates. It's kind of a pet peeve for me. And it's something that we changed on the Captain Corner's community server because you basically can't get off the planet, alien planet in particular, with just one hydrogen tank. You just can't if you're using large hydrogen thrusters. It will take all your fuel to get off the planet. It's not realistic. I mean, the size of those things is massive. You're telling me that I can put enough uranium in a reactor to power the damn thing for literally a year, but I can't put enough hydrogen gas into a tank to... Oh, there goes the game freezing. I'm on single player, for Christ's sakes. Anyways, you're telling me that you can't fit enough fuel in a giant hydrogen tank to get me off the plane. It's cut it in half. I'm not saying that it should last you forever, but if it's a fuel source that you want to use on ships, it's got to last long. Maybe it's a pet peeve. It's probably my weakest one on this top 10, but there it is. Number 5. Now, this is something the community has been striving for the longest time, and I cannot begin to explain why Keen hasn't added this to the game yet. It's simple, it's basic, and it's 2018, and I'm about as conservative as it gets. I'm a Texican, I'm a cop. There is very, 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 very little bit of liberalism anywhere in my blood. But they have got to have a female space engineer, toon, character, whatever you want to call it. There's got to be a female in there. And for shit's sakes, it's 2018. Again, why is it nothing but white guys? Let there be minorities in the game too. Females and minorities. How hard is that to do? It's not hard. It's literally a skin tone. Change it. Come on. It is a little ridiculous that this is the only character we have to choose from. Yeah, I'm off my soapbox. Moving on. Number 6. Now, this is something that Keen has tried to fix a couple times. Wolves and spiders. Y'all remember the days of the Cyberhounds? Okay, let's just talk about these things for a minute. What is the freaking point? They've got these damn things on the planets that roam around in groups of 2 or 3. They're simple to kill. When it's working and they're not super spiders like you've seen on the damn server, they're simple to kill, and they give you way too many components. I'm falling to my death. But they serve no purpose other than to give you free components. And I know that's the idea behind it, is to give free components. But freaking make us work for it. They're basically just dropping off care packages to people on planets with components in it. Make it a challenge. Instead of having 2 or 3 come at you, have 10 or 15 come at you at once. Make those turrets work. Make it a challenge. For cracking that, it's space engineers. Engineers, they love challenges. Give us something to work for. Don't just have 2 or 3 show up and say, hey, have fun. Now, that said, don't make 20 of them show up as soon as the game starts. Scale that shit. Make it wait an hour before the first pack shows up or whatever. But either fix them, make them a challenge, something to defend against and worry about, or get rid of them. And the spiders are super buggy. They fly all over the world every time you shoot them. Hell, most of them are still moving around after they're dead. It's, again, either fix them, do them right, or just get rid of them. Take them out of the game. They're not like a vital part of the game in any way, shape, or form. So get rid of them. If it doesn't work, toss it out. It's okay. No one's going to not play Space Engineers because there's no wolves or spiders in the game. My 2 cents once again. Moving on. Number 7. It's kind of along the same lines as the wolves and spiders. We need more aggressive NPCs, drones, whatever you want to call them. The little things that spawn. Now there's tons of mods out there that make it so much more of a challenge. If you watch my Surviving a Server series, I just got completely wiped out by a freaking NPC capital ship. Wasn't expecting it at all. It literally surprised me and showed up really big in my screen. But, that's the most fun I've had in Space Engineers in years. Just the fact that the damn NPCs can beat me, I love it. But I don't even care that I lost everything. I take that. I care. It hurt, physically hurt that I lost everything. But it was fun, and it gives me something to work towards. Now I have to worry about defenses on whenever I send up into space because there's uber crazy drones that can come wipe me out whenever they want. It's fun. It gives me something to build towards. It gives me a goal, something to do other than just build a ship. It's great. I love it. And again, the modding community is doing something so much better than Keen, and it's sad. Keen, get with the program. Make your drones so much more than just an interior turret on a block of light armor. Fix it. Fix it. Number 8. Okay, this was in the original release of the game, and it's been taken out. Put freaking ladders back in this damn game before you ever call it a finished product. Ladders. They're simple. Simple. Why is it so hard? You mean to tell me that in the game lore, it's 2077. You mean to tell me that we can have ships like this that I'm standing on walking around, but they can't have ladders? Come on, man. Come on. Ladders would make so many more builds possible. I know I always struggle with fitting stairs into my capital ships and making it so that it's not an enormous problem to get around it. So please, ladders back in the game. And I know there's mods for it. There's mods for almost everything but fixing the multiplayer and rotors in here. But it should be vanilla. It just should be. Number 9. Wheels. In general, just wheels. Fix them. I would love to drive over a surface of that planet up there without blowing up unexpectedly just because. I could be going on a straight line on flat ice and it would explode. Why? This game is 5 years old. That shouldn't be happening. How can... There's so many lesser games out there that are cartoonish in nature that can You can drive over the ground without your car exploding. Why, after 5 years in development, do I still have to worry about spontaneous explosions on the ground in wheels? It's insane. Fix that before you ever call this game complete. And last but not least, and this one is personal to me and the Odyssey, stop breaking all the damn mods. Like, I don't understand. How come every time you update this game, and it has been a while since you've updated it, why is it that every time you update it, every mod that's ever been made doesn't work anymore? And I know that's a huge generalization, but still, stop. And I'm sure there's a bunch of mod creators somewhere clapping right now, but the community wants to use mods because your vanilla game is lacking. So stop breaking the things that make this game enjoyable. Stop. There's no reason that I should have to worry as a content creator week to week if the freaking suits that my characters wear in my machinima are going to work or not. It's insanity. And yet, because your game is nowhere near finished after 5 years in development, I have to worry about if I'm going to be able to produce a show that thousands of people enjoy watching. It's insanity. Fix it before you ever call this finished and before you even think about moving on to the second version of this. That's it for me. I'm off my soapbox, guys. And don't forget to check out the other video about what I want in the next Space Engineers video game. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please hit that like button. If you really liked it, do hit subscribe. And as always, I'll see you all next time.